Hey guys, it's Lenny. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 11, and today we're going to go roller skating. I'm super excited. And right now, Rolo is up eating a treat that I just made. I actually made them for the New Year's package trade with my friend Ava, but it's kind of a surprise, so I can't show the treat, but I can show Rolo eating the treat. So here she is. Hi, bud. You're so black. Hi. You're so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready because we're about to go roller skating, and I will film some when we were at the place. So yeah, let's go roller skating. So guys, we're at a restaurant and we're going to go eat pizza, and then we're going to go to the skating rink. So yeah. Are you excited? Are you excited? Yeah! Yourself a merry little Christmas night, and have yourself a merry little Christmas. Hey guys, so we got back from skating and it's about 8:30 and I'm exhausted and I don't have a Vlogmas. So I decided I was just going to talk to you guys for my Vlogmas. I wanted to talk about my worst hamster mistakes, because I have not owned hamsters for very long and I have a ton of mistakes that I've made. Some aren't that bad, some are like extremely bad. Yeah, and I have a ton, so I just wanted to talk about them today. And I am probably going to have a lot of talking videos in my Vlogmases just to take up some time, because otherwise my Vlogmases would be like 2 minutes long, like today's. So I'm in my closet talking to you guys. My closet's a mess. This is like the cleanest area of it. The reason I'm in my closet is because the hamsters are awake and I do not want to disturb them by turning on every light in my room. So I'm just sitting in the closet here. I have a lot of hamster mistakes, as I was saying, and I'm just going to kind of get right into it, I guess. This isn't really planned, and so I'm probably not going to remember all of my hamster mistakes. I'm just going to say the ones that come to my head, and I'm going to start with some of my... Most of these hamster mistakes, my past hamster, Chip, he was my first hamster, so he had to experience most of the mistakes that I've made. I researched so much when I first got Chip, and when I first got Chip, the research that I could do wasn't the best research. I mean, it wasn't horrible like it used to be. Well, it still is horrible. The minimum when I got Chip was 360 square inches of floor space. So my first thought was to get a 20-gallon aquarium. And he was a pretty large Syrian. I'm going to say he was probably a little bit smaller than my hand. So he was pretty large. He was a male, so he wasn't huge or anything. But still, 20 gallons, like, I would never keep my Syrians in there permanently. I mean, it's okay, like, while I'm cleaning their cage or if I'm on the road and stuff. No, but this was like a permanent house. So at the end of his life, I noticed that he was getting kind of rowdy and wanted to get out. But he was actually happy in there most of his life. Like, he wasn't trying to get out or anything. Toward the end of his life, he started to show signs that he might be getting bored of his very small cage. So, me and my dad built a cage, and I actually have a video on me and my dad building the cage. If I remember, I will link that down in the description. 20-gallon aquarium, which wasn't the smartest choice, but I didn't know better because the research was sort of bad. I mean, you can still keep dwarf hamsters in there, but I really recommend going bigger and better. So, yeah, you can never get too big. If you haven't seen Hopping Hammy's channel, she is a ginormous cage. Go check it out. I will try to link that in the description too. So, yeah, I'm probably going to have a lot of stuff linked in the description. But, yeah. I'm trying to think. Okay, so the next hamster mistake. Let me think.
Much later.
So the next hamster mistake I have is, this actually isn't that bad, but I emptied out a trash can and I put bedding in the trash can and I put my hamster in the trash can. So that probably wasn't the safest choice. I'm pretty sure I didn't clean it. But even if I did, that's kind of gross because trash has been in there. It's not like a huge mistake, but it's still like a mistake, I guess, because I probably shouldn't have done that. My third hamster mistake is waking my hamster up, and I still tend to do that, and I'm trying so hard to stop. Like, it's just so hard, like, it's so tempting to like go and kind of wake your hamster up so that you can take like a thumbnail picture and stuff. Back when I had Chip, I would wake him up all the time. Like, literally every day I would just wake him up and pick him up. I mean, like, I feel so bad for that now. And like every now and then I will get tempted to go wake my hamster up to like take a thumbnail picture, like the other night, and I was just tired and I wasn't thinking, and I woke my hamster up and took a thumbnail picture. So, yeah, that was a bad idea. I, like, still struggle with waking my hamster up. So hard not to, because, like, you're awake and you want to play with your hamster, and they are not awake because they're sleeping, and you have to wait, like, until, like, 9 o'clock in the night for them to come out. It's so tempting. So I still struggle with that mistake a little bit now, but not as bad as I used to, but that's definitely a mistake that I'm trying to stop. Well, I'm going to move on to the kind of horrible mistakes now. I'll just tell you one. So the first one is I have a little travel cage, and I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's like blue, and it's got like the gray wires, and it kind of looks like a house. It's got like the little pointed roof, and it's a barred cage. So I used to take Chip in that to like go travel for a couple days, which is also a mistake. I would never travel with a hamster in that ever again unless I like had to, which I don't. So I probably won't ever put a hamster in there to like travel. I may like to clean our cage and stuff, but like not to travel. Like, we would bring it to my grandparents' house, and sometimes he would stay there like overnight. I think one time it was like 4 days. So like, that's a mistake in itself. But this was even worse. So, I had him in that cage, and I think it was last Christmas. We were coming home from my grandparents' house, and he was in the travel cage. So he was in the car by himself in the freezing cold. I don't know why I decided to do that, because my great-grandparents live near my grandparents. So we were at a Christmas party at their house, and I left my hamster in the car. Yeah, and it was freezing cold, like almost snowing there. Yeah, that was also another mistake. So there's so many mistakes in this story. So that happened. He's in the freezing cold, and I go to get him because my little cousin really, really loves him, and she's really gentle with him. She just kind of pets him. She's really little. She like just turned 3, but last year she was 2, so she just kind of strokes him. He's really good with her. She doesn't try to pick him up or anything. So I went and got him out, woke him up again. She's like petting her, and then I go put him back. And so the door kind of opens like a critter trail like this. And, like, I wasn't used to, like, shutting one of those doors. I just, like, was used to putting a screen over the 20-gallon long that I used to keep them in. And so I actually left that door open, like, wide open. And I, like, went back in. We were, like, having a party. Then we came back out to leave. And the door was open. And he was not in there. I, like, really don't know how that happened, but I just forgot to shut the door, and he was in there, just roaming around the car. I am so glad he did not get out, because there were probably so many ways he could have gotten out, gotten to the motor. But, so, there's actually a funny part to the story, too. So, we were so like sad because we all loved that hamster. I was like crying so hard. And so like everybody, there were probably like 20 people at that party, and everybody was out there like searching our car for him because the back of our car was like stacked high with like luggage. So like he could have been smushed under there because he was in the back seat. And so like we literally had taken every single like luggage out, and it was stacked from the floorboard to the roof, and our car's pretty tall. And so we had taken everything out, like all the men had like taken everything out, and then here he comes just crawling out from the seat. I like grab him and I'm like, Chippy! Oh my gosh! He's safe! And I was so scared. Like, oh my gosh, that was like the scariest moment ever. So we got him, you know, all was good. So we got home, and we were unpacking again. And so we had, like, a ton of presents, because it was, like, after Christmas. You know what? This was actually 2 years. No, this wasn't a year. So it was, like, after Christmas. I had a ton of, like, gift bags and stuff. And, my grandma always gets us a ton of clothes. So the clothes were, like, at the very bottom. We were taking everything out, and, like, we had, like, a gift bag, and then it was, like, several gift bags stuffed full of clothes, and we were, like, taking everything out, and, like, my brother's gift bag that had, like, all his clothes in it, Chip had gotten into the gift bag, and he had shredded the gift bag to pieces and part of my brother's clothes. So, like, half of his clothes had, like, little chew holes about that big around, and, like, most of his clothes. And then, like, the gift bag was, like, destroyed. There was, like, confetti all over the bottom of our car because, like, he had, like, ripped off little pieces. So, yeah, that's, like, one of my worst hamster mistakes. And then this one, I feel so bad about. This is also with Chip. The last mistake, it's probably, I'm going to say my worst mistake. Chip was getting older. This was not very long ago. It was probably, like, early summer. And Chip was getting old, and I was still going by what I had researched, like, a year before that, which was, like, 2 years ago. So it was still not that well. So Chip was getting in his older stages, and he started having some symptoms, and one was diarrhea, and it was so disgusting. But I thought he had wet tail. And before researching that he would be dead by now if he had had wet tail, because it had been going on for like a week or two. If like literally, if I had researched that, if I had done my research, I would have known that he would have been dead by now. So I go to the store and I get wet tail drops. That's definitely going to solve the problem. This, I regret so bad. Literally fed the wet tail drops to my hamster with the syringe. I got him out, woke him up again. Fed my hamster with the syringe. And then I went and researched after I had already given him that horrible stuff. And it was like, and I was so upset. Like, I was like crying because I regretted what I was doing. And oh my gosh, I felt so bad because like I had just fed my hamster like the worst hamster product. After that, his diarrhea just got worse and worse and worse. And it was only because he was aging. That's like one of the symptoms of old age in hamsters. They have diarrhea. Oh my gosh, and I thought it was wet tail because I didn't research. And then I went to the store and got like the most horrible product on the face of this earth for hamsters. And I gave it to him. And it was orange flavored, by the way. Never give your hamsters orange. Like, that's horrible. You never give your hamsters orange. That's like citrus, and it's just horrible. It's got like that citrus acid. It's so bad for your hamster. And I was feeding my hamster orange flavored wet tail drops. So my iPod just died, but it just recharged, and now I'm filming an outro. So I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, comment down below, and hit the notification bell to be notified when I post another video. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.